Hey Facebook, what's going on? It's Dave Simney coming to you live. I am the Collagen guy, as I've been known, and I am here to talk to you a little bit about how to talk to your doctor about collagen or any other supplement. The first thing I want to do today is just encourage you guys to like and share this. If you like what I'm sharing, tag people on it. It's marked public, so you can share it with anybody if you want to, or if you want to hear more about it, hit replay if you're watching the replay. Now, the thing I always do in my lives is I want to share with you briefly why I'm qualified to do what I am telling you to do, because I get asked all the time through mostly private messages about how on earth somebody says to me, well, I have a meeting with this esthetician or dermatologist, or I have a meeting with this doctor, and what should I do? What should I say? So I wanted to just give you just this blanket kind of set of guidelines of what you can do to kind of talk to your doctor or medical professional in any kind of a way. It might not just be a doctor, it could be an esthetician, dermatologist, or anybody who's a professional in their industry. So the first thing I want to share with you is the reason I'm qualified to do this is because for the last 10 years, I've been working with doctors. In fact, for my company, I work directly with the scientific advisory board members. So I've known most of these doctors for 10 years. Some of them are very close personal friends on a personal level. So the other thing is I've just been studying collagen for over 10 years. So I know my subject matter very well, but I also know enough to know what I don't know. And I think that's the first place that I would like to start today, is to know enough to know what you don't know. Here's what I mean by that. You are not the expert, they are. And at no point should you try to be the expert or purport to be the expert or try to use the big words in a way that you're knowledgeable. Because one thing that's funny, even with my closest friends who are doctors, I always still call them doctor. It's a respect thing. You worked for it, you paid for it, you spent your whole life. You want to always give them the respect that they deserve by calling them doctor. Even if I'm close friends with someone, I still answer the phone. Hey, what's up, doc? You know, I say that, well, I'm not Bugs Bunny, but I say that because I want them to know that I treat them with the utmost respect and that I don't think that I know more than them, that I come from a place of goodness. So I think that's the first point, okay? And always give them respect. The second point that I'd like to make is to approach it from a relationship standpoint. Look, doctors and professionals are much more approachable if you have a relationship outside of the product that you're selling. Specifically in ours, it's collagen. You know, you're going to get a lot farther with that specific person if you're basing it through a relationship, whether they're your own doctor, so you have a relationship with them already. Maybe you know someone in their office and they're coming from a referral basis. If you're out trying to cold sell or cold call people, if you are out there trying to convince people or walk in, maybe and there's some people that are good at pharmaceutical sales or cold sales where they can literally go in to an office and say, who's the doctor here, and you know, so and so. But that is very tough, and that's not the kind of business I want to be in. I mean, obviously, if you go into an office, like a doctor's office, and you want to buy the whole office, you know, lunch, yeah, you could probably get an opportunity to sit down. That's what the pharmaceutical reps do. They go in, they bring Starbucks for everybody, and they say, hey, could I just have, 15 minutes? Here's coffee and bagels. Can I sit down with your doctors? That's one approach, but that's so far into, you've got to be a professional to do that. I would recommend the first place that you start with a doctor is through pre-existing relationships. I have a project that I'm starting this week with 10 different doctors that I have on a list that's a referral from one of our doctors on our team. I probably have, at this point, a dozen doctors on our team. So what you want to do is you want to understand what type of a doctor are they. Are they a chiropractor? Are they a DO? Are they an orthopedic surgeon? Are they open to supplementation? You want to find these things out and do your homework on the doctor before you even have a conversation. If you're going through a friend or a relationship, you want to find out background information. The first thing I want to do is find out, are they open to supplementation? Are they open to hearing about natural alternatives? Because there are a certain subset of doctors that will not for whatever reason, will not be open to supplementation. Now, I will say this, the good news for those of us that represent natural products is that doctors are not making the kind of money or kickbacks that they used to make from the pharmaceutical industry now. And so more doctors are open to the income side of potential of representing a product. You will still always get that question of, can I get a commission for something I recommend? And the best way that I approach that is I will say that it's a product or it's a product that you represent. You have a discount code and the company ships it directly to you. Therefore, I'm not stocking it. I'm not shipping it. I'm just merely recommending it. So that's the way that I approach that. Now, in terms of talking about the actual products, yes, doctors love data. Doctors love data. They love clinical studies. They love to know why a product is working. But I don't want you, as a person marketing these products, to try to be that expert. You are simply a connector of information. Now you say, well, what should I connect the doctor with? First of all, I wouldn't go into any meeting with a doctor with a huge PowerPoint and all these clinical studies. I would have that in my back pocket if it's needed. But I will just give you this story about my first big meeting with a doctor. I was in Palm Beach, Florida, and one of the team there, this is in 2009, one of the team there had said, hey, there's this big doctor. He's very influential in the community. I know you know about collagen. You know just as much as anybody, and we know you know how to talk to doctors. So they set up this big meeting. And I remember I walked into the doctor's office, and it was just me and the doctor. And I think I had maybe 5 or 10 minute window, and it was like, all right, my first instinct was like, I gotta just verbal diarrhea, all these facts and all these stats and everything I've learned in the last year with all this collagen. I gotta just throw all these stats and studies at this doctor. And I walked in and my sales instinct took over, and I thought, where can I build some rapport with this doctor? I don't know him from Adam. And I saw on the wall a little Eagle Scout plaque, and instantly my mind went, oh yeah, I'm an Eagle Scout, he's an Eagle Scout. Would you believe we talked more about Boy Scouts and scouting and camping and kids than we ever talked about college? In fact, we were there for about 20 minutes, and they're knocking in, doctor, your next appointment's here, and he's like, okay. And then we finally get to the end, and he's like, well, I guess we should be talking about why you're here. And I said, well, listen, he said, just tell me this, does it work? Does it work? And he said, doctor, it works. In fact, not only does it work, it's been clinically proven in multiple randomized double-blind placebo-controlled studies published in major medical journals, 7 patents, 37 clinicals. So yes, it works. The most important thing is for you to understand how it works so that you can help your patients. This is a great natural alternative. That was my pitch, guys, to this doctor about our collagen. It was like 20 seconds long. And not only did he trust me, I had built the rapport through just being a good guy, not trying to be a salesperson, not trying to be the expert, not going in there and trying to win him over. I asked him questions. Hey, how long did you do scouting for? How long have you been in this area? I was just asking so many questions, and they had nothing to do with supplements. Now, obviously, as a person prospecting a doctor, I want to know if they're open to supplementation. But I will tell you right now, this list of 10 doctors that I have, I asked the doctor who is a doctor on my team, I said, how should I approach your friends? And he said, I've already talked to them about the collagen. I've already told them that it works. I want you to approach them with the income side. I want you to share with them that the income side could help them pay their rent, or could help them pay some of their overhead or their utilities in this practice by just recommending it. And he said, you won't get that kind of financial reward from recommending a pharmaceutical. Besides, pharmaceuticals have tons of scary side effects. So that's how he told me to approach this doctor. And I thought, wow, that is very powerful, because, he knows his doctors more than anything. But when I approach these 10 doctors that are on my list, I have them right here on my phone. The first thing I'm going to say is, hi, this doctor, your friend, I'm the collagen guy that this doctor from your friend asked me to reach out to you. I wanted to set up an appointment or set up just a few minutes to talk, when I could have a few minutes of your time. And that's going to be my approach. So you always want to go in with a referral. I wouldn't recommend cold market, calling on doctors. I would not recommend it. I suggest you stick with people within your own team. And those of you that are building teams and starting to have some momentum, you should look to your own teams to find those referrals. So look for the referrals within your own team. And then when you actually are face to face with a doctor, if they're asking you specific questions about what is in the product or what to do, say, I've got some information I want to connect you with. Now, specifically, I want you to walk away. If you're marketing our college, I want you to walk away with a couple things. The best tools that you can use for backup, there's really 3 tools. One is, we call it the scientific perspective. So if you're marketing our collagen, you could literally go in the back office, or you can just Google the name of our product, which you know what it is, and then scientific perspective. That will show up. It's about a 10 or 12 page document. It's got recaps of the white papers and all of that. The other thing is, the second thing is I would highly recommend that you go in with a what we call some type of a tool, some type of an illustration visually. We have brochures in our back office. I'm just going to say it since you're watching. I'm going to just say what our specific tools are. It's called liquidbiocelltools.com. You can go there specifically if you are in our organization and find a visual illustration of how the product works. Okay, and then third, I always recommend, and this is the last place I go, would be PubMed. And we have studies on PubMed that are published in major medical journals. And that is, that is probably the be all and end all source, because they can read the abstracts in that. But the scientific perspective document that I recommended, that has those listed out. So those are the very specific tools that I could give you. And more than anything, focus on what you think is going to make the doctor be most effective for their patients. What's in it for me? Why should I care? A lot of doctors don't have the time. They're looking for additional income streams with this messed up, healthcare situation we have. And all they care is, why should I care? What's in it for me? And how can my patients benefit? Why? And does your product work? If you can really answer those fundamental questions with data, with conversation, and with just being a really good person, making it easy for them. Doctors don't have a lot of time to spend. They don't like the idea that they're locked into it. So when I talk to doctors about the business side, I tell them, look, you don't have to buy inventory. This is unlike, any other supplement you've recommended. You don't have to buy inventory at all. You just connect them with your link and it saves them money, and then your commission will deposit into your account. And that is a very, very thing. Dr. Rios says, we want to see science, research, cost effectiveness, and don't want to feel like you're trying to sell them. Totally get it. And Dr. Rios, we've actually met before, and he's a very, very good chiropractor within the, I think it's Upland, right, Dr. Rios? So to your point, the science and research is important, but it doesn't get you through the door. So you've got to get through the door first, and then be able to back it up with that scientific perspective I mentioned. And you do have to know your stuff, but you don't have to be an expert. In fact, I would be more inclined to say, let me connect you with the research that you can look over. Let me connect you with the information that I think is going to be helpful for you. And then you can use it as a follow-up way. The other thing that Dr. Rios mentioned was cost effectiveness. And I appreciate that input, because a lot of pharmaceutical treatments are very expensive, especially if people don't have insurance. From a cost-effective basis, we know ours is not the cheap collagen. Those of you that have been watching my videos for a long time, you know that our collagen is the best of the best. You know that it's not the cheapo stuff that is in a powder that they sell for 20, 30, 40 bucks, at Whole Foods or Sprouts or online or any of that. We know it's the good, pure stuff that's patented, and it's in a liquid. So how do we justify the cost? It's kind of like anything. You have to add value to it. So you have to talk about the purity. You have to talk about how it's different from all the other different types of collagen. And more importantly, what I like to share with people is, yes, it is expensive. I'm not going to try to hide behind the fact that it's cheap, or say it's not cheap. It's expensive. You get what you pay for. However, Our company, unlike any other company that I've seen out there, especially any other company within stores, you get a referral code that you can then use to refer friends, which will get you a discount. So you could get it up to half price or even more, never paying a membership fee, never paying an enrollment, never giving your social or your mother's maiden name. Literally, you get a coupon code and you share that with other people, and then you get a discount. You either get $10 off your next purchase if someone orders, or if someone orders on the monthly basis for 90 days or more, ordering every month, you're getting a 25% discount off your order. So this is very, very powerful way for people to save money. So thank you, Dr. Rios, for that input. Very good to know. And everyone go check out Dr. Rios or friend him or like him on Facebook. Appreciate your input there. Guys, I hope this has been helpful. Any other questions that you have, put them in the comments. I'll address them, or I'll do another live about this. Hope this has been helpful. Bring your A game. Go out there, create good relationships, and tag somebody in this or share it. And thanks for watching. Dave Simney, Collagen Guy, 12-Minute Mentor. Bye.